You're the one everyone counts on. The strong friend, the reliable colleague, the daughter who never says no, the mentor who's always available. And while your LinkedIn profile keeps collecting achievements, something feels off. I'm Jay, and today we're talking about why being the one who has it all together might be costing you more than you realize. If you're feeling stretched thin, this video is your permission slip to prioritize yourself. You know that feeling when your phone buzzes at 9 p.m. with a Slack message, and before you even look at it, your stomach tightens? Or when you're sitting in your third optional weekend family function this month, wondering how you'll catch up on work tomorrow? Let's talk about what's really happening here. As high achieving Black women, we're not just dealing with one layer of expectations, we're navigating three. First, there's a professional excellence everyone expects, not just meeting goals, but exceeding them, because we know mediocrity isn't an option. Then there's a cultural responsibility, that voice in our head reminding us of every door that was open before us, every sacrifice made so we can be here, the silent pressure to represent not just ourselves, but our entire community. And finally, there's a gender-based caregiving assumptions. Whether it's managing team emotions at work or being the family's go-to problem solver, we're expected to nurture everyone while crushing our own goals. But here's what nobody talks about: the real cost of being everything to everyone. In your career, you've probably noticed the paradox. You're indispensable for handling every crisis, yet somehow overlooked when leadership opportunities arise. Why? Because you've become the reliable background music instead of the main act. Your health? Those headaches aren't just from screen time. That insomnia isn't just from coffee. Your body is literally keeping the receipts of every time you said yes when you needed to say no. And let's talk about relationships. The exhaustion of code switching all day, then coming home to be on for family and friends. The resentment building up every time someone says, "I knew I can count on you." And you smile through gritted teeth. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Setting boundaries sounds good, great in theory, but in practice, let's be real about the unique challenges we face. When we set boundaries at work, we risk being labeled difficult or not a team player. The same assertiveness that gets our male colleagues praise gets us penalized. And culturally, setting boundaries can feel like we're turning our backs on the very community that lifted us up. But here's the truth: the strength that got us here isn't the same strength that will sustain us. Being strong doesn't mean carrying every load. Sometimes real strength is saying no to others so that you can say yes to yourself. How do you know if it's time to strengthen your boundaries? Well, you want to watch for these three signs. First, Sunday night anxiety starts creeping in earlier and earlier. Second, you feel resentment towards people you genuinely care about. Or third, your body is sending you signals: tension, headaches, stomach issues, constant fatigue. I remember the exact moment it hit me. I was sitting in my car outside of the office at 7 p.m. responding to urgent emails again. My phone buzzed with a text from my sister: "We waited as long as we could. The kids are asking about Auntie J." Attached was a photo of my nephew in front of his birthday cake, complete with melted candles. I had promised him I'd be there. I had blocked the time off. I even bought his gift weeks in advance. But then came the emergency meeting, the last minute client request, and the team member who needed support. Before I knew it, I was choosing between disappointing my family or disappointing my colleagues. Again, that photo did something to me. It wasn't just about missing another family event. It was about watching my life become a series of rain check texts and rescheduled coffee dates. I realized I wasn't just missing events. I was missing my life. And no amount of "I'll make it up to you" could buy these moments back. That was my wake-up call. I knew something had to change. And it had to change now. Here's what I want you to know. Your ability to do it all isn't the problem. The problem is that you've been conditioned to believe you should do it all. In our next video, I'm going to share the exact framework I use with my clients to start setting boundaries that honor both your ambitions and your well-being. But for now, I want you to reflect on this question. What will become possible if you can pour as much energy into your dreams as you do into meeting everyone else's expectations? Join me in the free Align and Thrive community, where you'll get instant access to all my boundary setting guides, templates, and daily tips. Everything you need to start your boundaries journey is waiting for you in there, and it costs nothing to join. And while you're there, make sure you get on the waiting list for my upcoming boundary setting challenge. It's called the Boundary Reset. All the details are inside of our community. The information is below in the description. Drop an emoji in the comments if you're ready to start prioritizing yourself, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll start building our boundary architecture. See you next time.